How's it going, everyone? Little Mother 3 love theme remix there. Oh boy. Oh man, how's it going? All right. Let me see what we got going on in the chat here. We have author writer here, Brandon the Stallion. We got Annihilator here, and D-Dub. That's about it. Sonic 47 Central is here as well. Dynamic Kirby. I'm sure more people will pop in as the stream kind of goes on and on and on, because that's just the way life goes. Ultimate Keymaster is here as well, playing some Team Sonic Racing. How is the game? I haven't played it. I'm kind of running out of days in May here, and I haven't bought a game and made a review yet. Oh boy. What's up, Joe Prosco? How's it going? All right, so the first question we actually had came from Brandon the Stallion. He says, can you believe E3 is less than 3 weeks away? Yes, I can believe E3 is less than 3 weeks away, since it starts 3 weeks ago yesterday. But yeah, I mean, for me, I leave 2 weeks. So today's Wednesday. I leave not next week, but the week after on the 5th. I head out to Minneapolis, spend a night in Minneapolis, and then whoop off to the airport early morning, and I'm in LA on the 6th. So yeah, for me, E3 really begins really on the 6th, because that's when I pick up my badge and everything. But then I have a day off on the 7th, and then the 8th, EA Play, all of Nintendo stuff, live streams. There'll be live streams every day on there. So yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. Lots to do, a lot of work, very little sleep, except on the first night I'm there. Maybe even the second night I might get good sleep too. I'm not sure. I got to see what time EA Play opens at. Hey, Sonic Man the Best hits us with 10 bits right away over on Twitch. And he says, if Switch goes up in price due to the tariff, other countries that get imports from the US may have to do the same. The thing is, Nintendo systems have changed price due to taxes and all of that in other countries. It just hasn't really ever impacted the US much, especially on Chinese imports. But this is also the highest tariff there's ever been on Chinese imports. So we'll see what happens. Let's see here. Be sure to ping my name, guys, by the way, in the chat if you have a question. Let's see here. Who else is here right now? It's a bit faster than I thought. The need to pass off items a lot. My teammates are lagging behind. What? Oh, for Sonic Team Racing. Okay. You're going to E3? No way, Lucky. Yeah, I'm going to E3 to cover it. I'll be going hands-on with all the games, doing as much gameplay, giving you guys as much gameplay I can, and creating hands-on impressions. I also hope to show off some accessories and a whole bunch of stuff. So it's going to be a lot of fun, and it's going to be really stressful, but I'm going to do my best to make it as amazing as I can for you guys. Let me see here. Sonic 47 Central says, are you going to make a standalone video on the E3 Direct? I'm going to be live streaming the E3 Direct. So you'll get my live reactions to it. Will I do a summary video of it? Probably not, because by the time I'm done at E3 that day, I'll have lots of hands-on impressions to do, gameplay clips to get up, a zillion videos to get up, like one every hour, like for all through the night and morning. Let's see here. Sonic Man hits us with another 10 bits. Well, thank you so much for the support over there on Twitch. Phil Spencer, Nate, come up on stage and hold this. Say some lines. Yeah, I'm sure that would happen. I'm not at Microsoft's press conference, so he wouldn't be able to call me up. Dynamic Kirby says, do you think we will see the Spyro trilogy for Switch this year? I want to say yes, because I don't know why we don't have it, but probably not. I mean, think about who makes it, and that's probably the only answer you need, because they haven't shown a lot of love Nintendo's way. Wild Fawn Dude is here. He says, hey Nathan, what's up? Not much, man. A little late night stream here. I've been busy busting my butt all day at other jobs, to pay the old bills. What was nice today is I got the final E3 bill paid, which was parking. Because we got to pay to park our car out in Minnesota for 10 days. So it's actually cheaper than the shuttle. The shuttles are crazy. So I could shuttle from Eau Claire to the airport and then back. But it would cost us almost $400 to do that, which is insane. So we're just spending a night at a hotel and parking for 10 days. And it's like $160 versus $400. So, I don't know why it's so crazy. But it is what it is. That's what we're doing. And it's going to be a lot of fun. And that was the final bill I had to pay for E3. So technically, the entire E3 trip is now paid for. The actual trip. What's not paid for is I need a new mic for my camera. It doesn't look like I'm going to have the money to get it. So I don't really know what to do. I literally don't have a mic to use with my camera, so that's just something I'm just going to have to deal with. And if I can't get my camera into the show floor, I don't have a gimbal for my phone either. So, kind of sucks this year. I'm kind of not as prepared equipment-wise as I want to be, but you know what? Hopefully by next year's E3, I have all that sorted out way ahead of time. Just don't have enough time right now to work enough to make enough money to be able to afford that extra stuff. It's all right. It is what it is. I mean, we do have an E3 equipment goal. You'll see we want to get about 400 in, but I don't actually think we're actually going to get to that 400. I hope we do. It'd be cool, but you guys don't have to give any money. You never have to give any money, but it does help get the equipment that I would like to get for the trip. I'm working on a $100 food budget, which it's kind of not much because, you know, we can't really cook at the hotel, but it's whatever. I'll make do. Ramen noodles for life, right? All right. What do we got here? Some more questions in. Let me double check over on Twitch. Okay, I didn't see anything else on Twitch. Let me see here. How many games did I get to play at E3 2018? Gosh, that is a good question. Let me go to my E3 2018 playlist. Yes, I have a playlist for E3 2018. At least I should. I better. I better have a playlist. What's up, Thomas Manor? How's it going? All right. Let me see. My E3 2018 playlist. Hey, we gained subs today. This is the first day in like 2 weeks that we've gained more subs than we lost. But I'm live streaming now, so there's still time. There's still time to get that sub count down. Knock on wood that maybe things have finally turned around. All right. So let me go to E3 2018. I don't know if I put every video on E3 2018. On my playlist. Let's see here. There was Smash Bros, obviously. Dragon Ball FighterZ, so that's 2 games. Wolfenstein 2, that's 3. Let's see here. Starlink Battle for Atlas is 4. FIFA 19, that's 5. Let's see here. Gallic Variant S, that's 6. Pokemon Let's Go, that's 7. Just Dance 2019 is 8. Mario Tennis Aces is 9. Killer Queen Black is 10. Overcooked 2 is 11. Ninjala is 12. Team Sonic Racing is 13. So 13. I feel like there was more. I might not have categorized them all. I think there was more than just 13. I didn't get to play Valkyrie Chronicles 4. I know that because I screwed up. But I guess 13 for sure I played. But there'll be more this year, and we're going to hit every single one of them up. I'm not going to forget my badge this time. And Warp Pipe Pass sounds like it's going to be for more than one game, which will really help out as well. I won't have to wait in line for some of that stuff. Let's see here. Do I think Nintendo wants... Michael Roth, welcome, by the way, says, do you think Nintendo wants to get back into owning baseball teams and announce something at E3? Nope, that was a little pet project of the old owner of Nintendo, basically. The old founding family of Nintendo. The last guy that ran Nintendo, I just can't believe I'm drawing a blank on his name. That was his little pet project. That had nothing, like, he wanted to own a baseball team, so he bought a baseball team. It's not something Nintendo corporate really wanted to do, but he was in charge and they didn't go against him because how dare you go against the founding family of Nintendo? So, no, I don't think they're going to be buying baseball teams or any other sports team. Brandon Sunny says, I'm actually getting a Mario Maker skin for my Switch and dock to prepare for Mario Maker 2. I've got it pre-ordered and I'm so hyped. Story mode is what you're most excited for. Hold on. For the Mario Maker hype, I got something for you guys. Hold on. Or I did. Aha, there it is. Hold on. Ugh. Got a little something for you Mario Maker fans out there. Something. Let's go. It's Mario Maker time. Whoop whoop. Get that Mario Maker hype going. Corey Bohm sent me this, by the way. Thank you so much, Corey. Yeah, I already recorded the video of opening that box of stuff you sent me for the next Nate stuff. Mario Maker. All right. Let's see here. Damn the Bucks. I'm out. I'm not too worried. It's tied 2-2. It's always going to be hard to go to the final. It's supposed to be hard. I know the Warriors make it look easy, but it's supposed to be hard to make the NBA Finals. I'm not worried about it. I'll worry about it if they lose tomorrow. That is awesome. Thanks. I'm actually surprised it kind of sort of fits my head. I mean, obviously it's a little tiny. It's probably meant for a slightly smaller head than mine, but whatever. I'm actually debating on bringing this hat, if it'll survive, because it's really cheap plastic. Bringing it all the way out to E3, just so I could wear it on the day I play Mario Maker and see if I turn any heads. Because I highly doubt there will be anyone there wearing a Mario Maker hat when they play Super Mario Maker. I'm not even like a big Mario Maker fan, so it'll be hilarious. Everyone will be like, man, you must be really into Mario Maker. I'm like, nah, not really. A fan sent me this. I mean, heck, even the sticker on it is kind of crooked. Whatever. Let's see here. Did I get the Mario Maker beta? Looks good. You mean the Mario Kart beta? Yeah, I have not gotten into it. I have not been invited into it. Without an invite, you can't do it. So I don't have an invite, so I can't. I don't get to play Mario Kart beta. I've heard all about it, of course, but I have zero hands-on experience. Let's see here. For $400, I'll drive from Mass and pick you guys up. Pick us up. Pick us up for what? Why would you drive from Massachusetts for $400 and pick us up? What's that going to do for us? Paying the bills is super fun. Dude, paying bills sucks. Guys, like, my back is killing me. I did a lot of manual labor today. Bless my soul to my fiance. She it's that time of the month, you know, that women get to, and out of the kindness of her heart, she, appreciating how much I busted my butt today to make sure our bills got paid, she gave me a really deep tissue massage. It was really nice because my back was killing me. It still hurts. I was lifting things that weigh like twice what I weigh, and I was actually surprised I could lift some of the things I lifted. But I busted my butt today. Unfortunately, what I did today to make a bunch of money in one day is not something I can do all the time. So it is what it is. I got my bills paid at my house. That's fine. It's what I mostly need to do. I got the last bill for E3 and then everything else, and there's no money left. It's all gone. So that's life. Life of being an adult and paying bills. That's why after E3 I'll be having another job, you know, that's more regular, that isn't sporadic like this one is. But let's see here. What have we got here? I think it'll be incredibly popular for way more than a few months. Mario Kart has staying power, man. Let's see here. You want Persona 5 on Switch? Geno for Smash? I wonder who you want in Smash Bros. I'm just gonna glance at Twitch. Okay, no one else is talking on Twitch right now. Yeah, I know Sonic Man the Best is jumping between two different streams now on Twitch. Let's see here. I probably shouldn't have asked this on the other Q&A, but can you name a country that you always wanted to go through just for a family vacation, non-gaming? Okay, a country I always wanted to go to for a family vacation. Gosh, part of me really wants to go to Ireland because I have a lot of Irish in my family heritage. So part of me has always kind of wanted to go to Ireland, and I heard it's beautiful there, and they still have some castles up in Ireland too. I'd like to go visit. I've never really been anywhere in Europe, to be fair. So pretty much anywhere in Europe would be really cool. Just because I've never been over there, so I have no idea. I mean, honestly, there's places in the U.S. I want to go, like Hawaii. So like, I don't know, somewhere tropical is nice too. A family vacation somewhere tropical would be great. Like, I don't know if I'd want to take all my kids all the way out to Europe. I think that'd be a bit much for them, especially at their ages. But if I could take them all out to, like, you know, Cancun or something down in Mexico, I think they would love that. My kids would love that. They love the beaches and all that stuff. So, yeah. Let's see here. Zelda Skyward Sword needs to come to Switch. That would be nice, BJ Halliman, wouldn't it? Let's see here. D-Dub says, by the time you get to them, it sounds like we're being stupid, but really, there's a 15 to 30 minute gap between comments and when you read them. That's because I try to read every question. You know that. I'm actually not that far behind the chat. Like, I see it's live over here, and it's not, and it's behind over here on purpose. I'm not that far behind the chat, so. Let's see here. They're not a hockey fan, but the entire city of St. Louis is excited. Well, of course they should be excited. Their team's in the finals. Let's see. Nintendo. Does Nintendo still own 10%? Yamuchi, yeah. Yeah, Nintendo still owns 10%. They didn't give up that 10% stake, so they still have, like, someone on the board. But I think that was just more so out of respect for the Yamuchi and what he wanted, that they kept that 10%. And they get, like, a little bit of royalty from it, but it's not a ton. It doesn't help that team's not very good. Let's see here. For Super Mario Maker 2, do you think there was the jump. For Super Mario Maker 2, do you think they'll be more into playing or making? I'm more into playing than making. I can tell you that right now. MP fan, hey, are you Nintendo Pride steals hat and runs away but trips and falls? Oh man, okay, I'll take the hat off for now here. Oh man. I didn't know they had a bowling alley at E3. What are you talking about? Let's see here. Do you think Sora will be the second DLC character for Smash Ultimate? His reveal trailer theme would be simple and clean, instrumental. I don't think so. I don't think Sora's getting in, but I would be happy to be wrong. Deep tissue massage? What kind of tissues? Oh, Dynamic Kirby. Let's see here. If you want to go to Hawaii, that is in the U.S., but couldn't you argue that it is overseas, even though others would say it's... I mean, it's an island, you know, and it's not like an island that's just off the coast, right? Like, it's a decent ways into the ocean, so... but it's still part of the U.S. Well, one thing that's nice about going to Hawaii is I don't have to get, like... you don't have to go through customs, and you don't have to have passports or any of that, which is always a hassle with kids who have no patience, because you can get locked up in customs for hours, and it's just not fun. I had that happen just going to Canada, for crying out loud, so you don't have to deal with that if you just go out to Hawaii. Let's see here. BitBlock showed cool edits for Luigi's Mansion 3. Did he? I haven't checked out his channel in a while. Did he get another one of those make-believes out? When Super Nintendo World opens at Universal Studios in Florida, are you going to try and cover it for the channel? I would love to cover it for the channel. It's more expensive to go there than it is to go to E3. So the chances of me covering it are pretty slim. I thought about road tripping to try to save money, 'cause it's a little cheaper than... I mean, it's honestly not that much cheaper than flying. Flying actually isn't that expensive, but probably not. I would love to cover it, but probably not. I'm just being honest with you. I probably won't be able to afford that trip. So, what games do you plan on getting this summer? Everything, if I have the money. It's all about money. I want every game. I need money, and I don't have it, and it's okay that I don't have it. I'm not. Woe is me. Like I'm supposed to review a game this month for our patrons, and the games I want to review, I can't afford right now. So I'm kind of like, well, I'm sorry. I mean, I might end up just tossing out a review of a game that I've already played and beaten that I just never reviewed. But, It is what it is, you know. I got to make do with what I got. So, my wife made me get her a shirt too. Didn't think she would get jealous. A shirt too. A shirt for what? Shirt for what, Joel Putz? Under 16, lasts for 5 years. 16 and older, U.S. passport is good for 10 years. Yeah, I haven't had a passport since I was like 5 or whatever. Just grabbed a PlayStation Classic for $26 from Target. Well, that's because they can't get rid of them. I was surprised he paid anything. I think there were places online that were just like giving them away for like $1. I swear. Do you think we'll get a surprise Mario game at E3? If so, what would you want? Mario Golf, Strikers, Baseball, new Mario and Luigi for Switch, or a Paper Mario going back to its roots? I don't think we're getting a Mario game. I think if we get any Mario game, it'll be like a Mario Galaxy port or something. I don't think we're getting it. I think Mario Maker and Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games are going to be it for this year for Mario. I don't think we're going to get overloaded with Mario. They're going to save a lot of that stuff for 2020. So I think we'll get like a Mario Golf game, maybe. I don't know. But maybe a new Mario and Luigi and maybe Paper Mario. But those will all be like 2020 titles. So I don't think we're going to see any of that at E3. What if you got a PS1 Classic for negative 20? Yeah. They have to pay me. They have to pay me to have the thing. Japan looks like a beautiful place to go, not just for its video game culture. I hope he has a good balance between mature and not between age. Yeah, Japan. I do want to go to Japan sometime before I die. It's like on my bucket list of items. I want to go to Japan. But it'll probably be after my kids are old enough to move out and I'm closer to retirement. But good suggestion, Sarah. That's a nice place. Let's see here. 2 of your MP merch shirts. Oh, you did? You bought some MP merch? Where'd you buy it? What merch place did you get it from? Teespring? I'm actually curious. I don't know where people are buying my merch from because it's available on like 3 different websites. I really like Teespring though. Unfortunately, Teespring doesn't send me samples, and I hate that they don't send me samples. I did confirm I'm not. Maybe it's not a valid login. I can't even log into Teespring right now. I'll deal with that later. I just forgot my password. Let's see here. I'm just curious if one of these merch stores are ever gonna pay me. I don't know if I have payment set up. But thank you for buying that Nintendo Prime shirts. I'm not even wearing a Nintendo Prime shirt right now. I have some, obviously, and we'll be wearing them at E3. But let's see here. You would love a Super Strikers game. Okay, cool. Do I think? I mean, I think a lot, Sonic Man. I think all the time. Good to see you, buddy. Clayton St. CYR is here. He says, I just got Let's Go Pikachu. Any tips? Just have fun. There's really not. I don't need to give you tips for that game. Just have fun, man. Sit back, enjoy. Don't rush through it unless that's what you want to do. If that's how you like to play games. Also, how are you going to survive on $100 for food at E3? I have no idea. Ramen noodles. Lots of ramen noodles. I'm going back to my college days. I'm probably going to live on ramen noodles. It is what it is, you know? You do what you got to do. I think I have a microwave in the hotel room, so I'll survive. I will survive. Things are a little lean this year. That's why I don't even have all the equipment I want to have this year. But you know what? That's life. What makes me really mad is this microphone being broken. This microphone not working is what pisses me off the most because the default microphone on this camera is garbage. It's hot garbage. So when I'm vlogging, I can't vlog with my camera anymore. So when I want the footage to look pristine and amazing, I can't because I can't use that because I don't have a mic for it. Pisses me off, if I'm being completely honest. God, pisses me off. More than anything that pisses me off. That I don't have a mic for it, but it's life. Do you think we will get bigger titles on Switch? What do you mean by bigger titles? We have so many big titles coming. I don't know. You have to kind of expand here. Let's see here. Mark Greenberg is here. How's it going, Mark Greenberg? Haven't seen you at a stream in a while. What's up? Sonderman the Best says Teespring is where you got it from, Joel Putt. Okay. Sonderman the Best says, do you think Steep not coming to Switch currently has anything to do with the rights given to Sega? I have no idea. I mean, it could. It could not. I don't know. Which flavor of ramen will comfort you on those cold nights at E3? Chicken. It's the only flavor I like. I don't like any of the other flavors. Did you ever get paid on that Princess game stream? Yeah. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I got paid for that. Yep. They paid me 2 months ago. I emailed them about it and pestered them, and they finally sent me a check. And I confirmed the check and confirmed the rates. That sponsored stream I did, the total of their live stream that I co-streamed and then my stream, for those curious, when we had to have like 50 live viewers and all that stuff, I think I made like $140, which, I mean, I had a good time. You guys enjoyed the stream, so heck, that was nice. I don't mind doing sponsored streams like that for games that I probably aren't going to be reviewing or anything. I think that's kind of cool. I wouldn't mind getting some more sponsored stream opportunities, but they don't come around very often for me. My channel is too small. When you go on vacation, but you'd have to not have sex for a week. What? Why would I not have to have sex for a week? What are you talking about, Mark? I mean, okay. Personally, I feel like SNES games won't be the only games announced for E3 for Switch Online. Okay. You can hit market and send 100 on food and make some decent meals. You can make 20 pounds of stir fry. Sure. I don't have a way to cook. I'm in a hotel room. There's no kitchen. And the fridge is really dinky. So, like, we can't really get a lot. And the fridge is basically full of drinks. So, I can't really get frozen stuff. I can't get fresh food that needs to be refrigerated. And I can't cook anything. And even the microwave there isn't that great. It's really low wattage. I tried cooking chicken in it last year, and it didn't go well. And besides, have you ever had microwave cooked chicken? It's pretty gross. I'll be all right. Don't worry, guys. You don't have to worry about me and food. I will be fine. I'm not complaining about my food budget. I'm good. I am good. I'd rather bitch more about the fact that I don't have a working microphone for my camera than food. Trust me, I'd almost rather take that $100 and buy a damn mic and just not eat for a week. Like, that's how serious I am about how pissed off I am. Is take my food budget, buy a damn microphone, and just don't eat. Or pack a bunch of ramen from my home. Because I have ramen at home, so I guess just pack a bunch of ramen. What's up, Taylor Bone? Hits me with the $1 make you holler. You know what? It is a late stream. All super chats and donations are cap shots. It says, let's get the cap shots going. Man, I have not done any booze in a while. Oh man, someone's gonna end up super chatting and donating enough that I'm actually gonna have to go grab the real shot glasses, not do these little piddly cap shots. All right. Thank you so much for that support, though, Taylor. I appreciate the super chat. I haven't been streaming that much. That's first stream in 4 days, I think, for me. And then we have our podcast tomorrow after the Bucks game. Let's see here. Hello, how is prep work for the next episode of Prime Answers coming along? I see you have quite a few questions submitted already. I mean, those are all the questions I have right now. 18 of them, I think. How's prep work going? I mean, it's fine. There's not a whole lot of questions I need to prep for, because a lot of them are just like my opinions on different things. But there's a couple of questions I'm doing a little bit of research on, just so I'm making some notes I want to bring up for those questions. Oh, Cody Shadley hits us with $1.99. Or you could just do more shots. Here we go. Cap shots away. Dr. McGillicuddy's disgusting grape flavor. Cheers. The other reason it's cap shots is because I don't have my shot glasses down here. Otherwise, I might do fuller shots. All right. Thank you so much, man. $2, make you holla. Technically, it's less than $2. Personally, I feel like... wait, I already read that. Scroll down here. So, yeah, prep work's going fine, Morrison 22. God, why is my nose all itchy? I got to cut some nose hairs, I think, man. I think they're getting a little long. Buy a microphone from Amazon and return it after E3. Here's the thing, SSRCR85. One, that's a really crappy thing to do, is buy a microphone and then return it. Two, buying the microphone from Amazon, like, means you have the money to buy it in the first place. So think about this. So when I go to E3, right, I'll have a $100 food budget. You know what that means? All I have is $100. When I leave for E3, all I have is $100. So to buy the microphone from Amazon and even return it after, I have to have the money to buy the microphone in the first place and still have that $100 for E3. So even to do what you're suggesting, which is a really shady, really crappy thing to do, and I would never do that because I'd rather keep the microphone because I have uses for it, for my camera, for backup audio, that right now I have to really hodgepodge to have backup audio, and it sucks. The whole reason you guys don't see more vlogs is because I don't have a mic for my camera. I have to have the money to buy the mic in the first place. Like, I know that there are people that do that. They'll buy things off Amazon, then return them after they're done using it. But, like, it requires you have the money to buy it. I don't have the money to buy it. I don't think you guys understand. There is no money in my bank. The only money I'm going to have for E3 is coming from Patreon. And I don't even know if Patreon's going to hold where it's at. It might not hold where it's at. And even some of that Patreon money has to go towards bills. So, like, that's why I said I got $100. And I'm cool. I'm cool with a hundo. My food will be fine. I ain't worried about food. Food will be all good. Although, Corey Bohm, if you're watching, those gosh darn ketchup potato chips you sent me are not coming to E3. Oh my gosh, I ate one and almost puked. Ketchup potato chips are the most disgusting thing I've ever tasted in my entire life. I have finally found a potato chip I will never eat again. Oh, it's gross. Let's see here. You got 3 weeks. You could figure something out. You could trade some games. You're funny, D-Dub. Trade what games? Where? You mean the games that have already been traded in the pay bills? You mean the Xbox One X I already sold the pay bills? What else am I supposed to trade in? I'm kind of down to nothing left. I even sold my extra computer parts to pay bills. So, like, I have nothing. I literally have nothing that I can sell that I can afford not to have. So, you make it sound like it's oh so easy. Let me tell you, I have a family that needs support. I don't have things that I can just sell so I can do whatever the hell I want. I'm fine. Don't worry about me. I'm cool. Yeah, I'm mad I don't have a mic. That's on me. I should have took care of this months and months and months ago. And I wasn't thinking about it because I wasn't sure if I was going to E3. Should have just bought it. Am I optionally fasting? No. Jack Carver. That was a good stream. Free-ish money. It seemed like a cool game. It was fun to watch a new... Yeah, and it was fun. It had good comedy in the game. I think the fact that game was funny, the writing was funny, made it a really good stream. And you guys were really engaged. So, do you think that Link's Awakening has enough content to justify $60? It does for me. But, I mean, Link's Awakening was my first Zelda game, so I'd probably buy it if it was $100. I'm probably not a good person. Wait, you get vacation? I do not get vacation. I have not... I went a single vacation this year, and I used tax return money, and we went for a weekend to the Dells with my kids. So, yeah, Marky's going with Eric. He'll definitely get sex during either. No, I will not. Eric is still a virgin, and he will remain a virgin on that trip. Let me tell you. Playtesting at EA tomorrow, but I'll have to sign an NDA. Nice. I know, right? Red Dead Redemption 2 right now, and I love this game. What is going on? Send money. You guys don't have to send money to me. I'm fine. I mean, if you guys want to show support to the channel, help me get some new equipment. I mean, that's why I have the E3 equipment goal. You guys can see it. Go down to the donation links in the description if you want to give towards that. Super chats don't go towards that. Only the Streamlabs donation link and maybe the PayPal donation link. I don't remember. Heck, did we get a $10 donation and I just missed it? I feel like I might have missed one because now I see that it's $10 higher. Aha! Joel Putz. I did miss it. 3 minutes ago, did a $10 donation. Thank you so much, Joel Putz. It says, drink one for us. All right. I'm going to have to go grab a shot glass. I'll do a full shot for your 10, buddy. Don't worry about it. Yes, Eric is a virgin. I've made fun of him on live streams before. I'm not really something to make fun of. I'm actually, there's parts of me that wish I was a virgin until I met Yulia, so. All right, let me go grab a shot glass for Joel Putz. Be right back. You guys enjoy the chair and no music because I don't have any music ready to play. Alrighty then. Got you, Joel Putz here. Here we go. $10. $10, $10. Uh-oh. Alcohol abuse. Dripping alcohol. $10, $10, $10. $10. $10. $10. Cheers, Joel. All right. What do we got here? Back to the live stream. Haha. How do you know? I was hoping you would stream tonight. I have no idea, Seahawks24, man. I had no idea. I didn't know I was streaming until, I don't know, about an hour and a half ago. I knew I was going to stream tonight, but I didn't know for most of the day that I was going to stream. All right. That's one ramen meal at E3. Well, I don't get the super chats for 2 months. So, let's see here. Do you think we will ever get a Riley 504 had a Metal Gear question? Do you think we'll ever get a Metal Gear Solid port for Switch? I don't think so. No, I don't think that company cares. Taylor One says, "How goes the job situation?" I gotta wait till after E3. Basically, no one will hire me full time till after E3. So, can't blame them. I literally leave in 2 weeks. No one wants to hire you, train you for 2 weeks, and then have you leave, and pray you remember everything when you get back. So, save you a shot. I mean, dude, I got other booze. Not down here right now though. I think it's upstairs in the fridge. But I have some other booze. Basically, about once every, 4 or 5 months, I go buy a few bottles, and then. They usually last a lot longer than 4 or 5 months, to be honest. That's why I still have like 6 different bottles. But I don't buy a lot. Like even this, like see, like people are always like, "Oh man, how can you be buying him?" I mean, come on, like this is $5. Look at this. Look at this. It was discounted. I go to the discount bin and I buy whatever is completely discounted with like $20, and those are my bottles I go with. Very rare that I don't buy discounted booze. All right, let's see here. More games from Ubisoft Rockstar. I mean, I'd like to see more. You'd spend your food budget on a new mic, but then the only thing it would pick up is the growling of your stomach. No, it might not pick that up because that'll be maybe filtered out by the wind guard on the mic. I have no idea. Emmanuel Campos says, Philip Mewson, interesting, I haven't heard his name in a while, seems to be doing videos again. he should have left YouTube, don't you think? I don't want to get too deep into like the Philip Mewson drama because I mean, let's be honest, that's basically what it is at this point. But I think if I remember right, after his last apology, where he finally owned up to things that he should have owned up to 18 years ago, he actually got his like to dislike ratio to turn around a little bit. Yeah, I mean, his last 4 videos. So he had my apology that got 73K views, then a reply to his apology, and then he went to the Switch magnifying glass, the Switch PowerShell case, Project Nimbus review, Rage 2 review. All of those, like 66% like to dislike ratio, 78%, 73, 74. I mean, he is back up to getting decent like to dislike ratios. So it's easy to say, oh, he should leave. You know, oh my gosh, after everything he did, he should leave. I mean, yeah, I don't think you can trust anything he does. I don't think you can. But I mean, he gains more subs in a day than I do. So even now, even today, he gains more subs in a day than I do. So people just like him. And when you're likable and they like your editing and they think you're a professional, even though he did some very unprofessional things, bottom line is, he give him like a year and his channel's going to turn around. I would not be shocked if June 2020 he's over 100,000 subscribers and I'm still barely above 50,000 at that point. I would not be shocked. And you can say that's not fair. It's not. After what he did, he doesn't deserve to have that kind of success, but he's going to get it anyways because people just like him. They like his way of doing things. So what you gonna do? I'm not gonna sit here and be jealous about it. So it's life. At least I don't have to worry about having the term plagiarist applied to me. So I'll take pride in that. Let's see. Simon the Best says there was an article about people abusing returns on Amazon, so they would stop certain product returns. But then in the article, they took screenshots of people on Twitter who did it. Article: these people did it. Is it their fault? Why would they do that? Well, if they only need an item for a little bit, I can understand, especially if they can't afford it. You need to get a company credit card for E3. Chase and Capital One have nice rewards. Company credit cards require that you have good credit, and I don't have good credit. I've talked about this before, but I don't have good credit. I have a credit card. I don't know if I can. I don't have my wallet on me. All for the best. I probably shouldn't show it anyways. I don't think any of the numbers are on the front of the card, but I do have a credit card, but it's a very small one, and it's close to maxed out anyways. Like it's only like a $200 credit card, because I had to use it to pay bills. So it's life. I am fine. I don't need another credit card, especially when you don't have a consistent enough income. You really shouldn't commit to a credit card then. Let me see here. I still should actually play Fairy Fencer F. That's what it was. Yep, after the first 2 hours. Pro tip: don't play on hard at first. It's aggravating. Yeah, I bet. What's your opinion on all these old ports that are way overpriced and mostly run bad on the Switch? Also, how trash still the Switch Online is. All right, game it up to the max. I mean, the only old port that doesn't run great, I think, was the Saints Row the Third, right? I that's the only one I've seen that doesn't actually run that well. Everything else runs fine. I haven't had any issues. So, I mean, I'm not gonna look at one game and call it a trend. As for how trash the Switch Online still is, I mean, I don't think you should ever have to pay money to play online, so that's one thing. All the online features I don't think are that great. But I will say the act of playing online, like I've had less disconnects and less connectivity issues over the last few months than I ever had on Wii U or Wii. So I don't know if that means things are getting better. I don't know if I've just been lucky, but I don't know. That's something, I guess. I mean, again, I don't think you should have to pay for that anyways, but on any system, by the way. But I already pay for the internet. Why should I have to pay for people to, like, for myself to host a game? It's a little weird. Let's see here. How do you know I was so... Oh, yeah, I already read that. Women are terrible. I drove 7 hours to get rejected when I asked her. I mean, I would never drive 7 hours for someone who you don't know. So, that's just me, though. I mean, feel free to make your own choices. Your wife is awesome. Nice. Nice, Joel Putz. I'm glad that you have an amazing wife. Ain't nothing wrong with being a virgin. There's nothing wrong with being a virgin. I mean, we poke fun at it just because of all the movies and stuff, but, like, it does not bother me one bit that Eric's a virgin, man. I was a virgin until 21. I've only been with 6 women, and that's it. I plan to never be with another woman the rest of my life, so I am perfectly content with the one I have. More than content, actually. Pretty awesome, but if that relationship that I'm currently in ever crashes and burns, it's cool. I'm cool if I never sleep with anyone the rest of my life. I don't care. Not that big a deal to me. Before I get going, I must point out that someone is streaming a wrestling show on Twitch right now. Then I figured out it was a verified account. All right, let's see here. I've heard that Assassin's Creed 3 on Switch runs poorly, but I haven't verified that for myself. The videos I have seen of it, it doesn't run. It runs close to the same as it did on Wii U, which is just, eh. It's basically a Wii U port. Let's see here. Yeah, the only issue I saw with Saints Row the Third was the one scene where you fall from the sky. That one was really dropping in frames. The rest of the game didn't seem as bad as people made it sound to be, but I don't know. I just have very little hands-on experience from someone else who has the game, so that's why I don't think it's really as big a deal as people make it out to be. But again, I'm also not someone that, like, for a lot of games, unless it's multiplayer, I don't really care if the frame rate is super consistent. Obviously, I'd rather it be consistent, but I mean, if it's not, as long as the game is good. Okay, I care way more about games being good than about frame rate. And I am all caught up. I am all caught up to the chat. See, guys, I wasn't that far behind the chat. I knew I wasn't that far back. I literally caught up to the chat. I didn't think that was going to happen. I said that last time, too, I think. I always get shocked when I catch up to the chat. It's like, really? I caught up to the chat? Alrighty then. And the chat is still silent, man. 30 plus people watching and no one has any questions or anything to say. Well then. Should we get into the monthly pizza debate? Nah, we already did that this month. Want to see some cool stuff that was sent to me? I guess I could show off some stuff that was sent to me. Or just stuff I have in my collection. Maybe I can show you guys some of the coolest stuff in my collection. Let's see. The coolest stuff in my collection. Oh, I love this. I gotta show this off. Oh, man. So, when I was a kid, I loved the Zelda cartoon series. And then a fan sent me this. That's right. The Legend of Zelda, Moblin's Magic Spirit, an officially licensed book based on the cartoon series. To compare, there's a whole series of them, but like, seriously, look at this stuff in here. Like, look at that art. Look at that. Like, this is just so cool to me. This is like totally Zelda cartoon. Like, oh, it's one of my favorite items in my collection now. And that was sent to me by the 8th Arc, I believe. From Australia. Let's see here. Have I ever had a dream that involved a video game in some way? Yeah, I've dreamt that I was in a video game a few times. I would ask more questions, but I'm going to go to the gym in 8 minutes. That's all right, man. We need some better ports like Paper Mario 64, 1000 Year Door, 3D World. We're going to get 3D World. Mario 64 and 1000 Year Door, we're not going to get ports of. Those would either be remasters or part of the online. They're not gonna just straight port them. 3D World's different. All the Wii U exclusives are coming to Switch. It's happening. Just give it time. Like, they've been spreading them out. Give it time. Heck, if we get a Mario announcement at E3, it could be 3D World, for crying out loud. Especially since the 3D World theme is in Mario Maker 2. Let's see if it's something else in my collection I could show. I'd really like to see how many Zelda remakes are going to be on the Switch in the next year. Dude, I just hope we get the Wind Waker and Twilight Princess ported. Alright, let me see here. What else can I show from my collection? Oh, this is really cool. So, like, this was on episode of Nate's Stuff as well. This was sent to me from Australia, too. This is an original NES poster that was included with NES games in Australia. And this is an original. I also have a reprint copy of it somewhere, but I got to get this one framed because this is an actual original. Really cool. Oh, how well you guys can see that, but it's really cool. I like that. I need to get it framed. But if you're wondering why it's folded up, because it was inside the box. A lot of my collection stuff is Zelda stuff. I'm trying to think if there's anything I could show you that isn't Zelda. I've gone through my E3 press badge from last year and all my pins on it before. Probably some Mario Odyssey stuff I have back here. Hold on. Oh! Guess I can show you these. These are going to be on the next episode of Nate's Stuff. But look at this. Yoshi's Crafted World magnets. Like, and stickers. I don't know what I'm going to do with the stickers yet. Oh, but the magnets, these magnets are actually going to get used. I thought about leaving them in their packaging, but I actually kind of want to use them. So, like, there's, like, these picture frames. So, like, let me show you. So, like, see, like a little picture frame. So, I'll probably put pictures of my kids, and I'll probably slap them, like, on the front of my computer over here. Yeah, they fit really well on the front of my computer, so that's probably where I'll put them. And then they have, like, individual, like, Yoshi and the Poochies, Shy Guy, Yoshi riding Poochie, and then another picture frame thing. So those are really, really neat. That was sent to me by Corey Bohm, just like the Mario Maker 2 hat. All right, let me see here. See what some people are saying here. Ever play one of? I've played all 3 of the Zelda CDI games, and I've beaten them. Only beaten them once, each one of them once. But I've done that. Yes. Hope a 3D World port with competitive online mode. I don't think that's gonna happen. There's not gonna be a competitive online mode added to 3D World. It's gonna be a straight port. The Link's Awakening port better have a good chunk of bonus content, considering it's a short Game Boy remake. At least lower its price. I disagree that Link's Awakening is short. I took just as long to beat Link's Awakening as I did Ocarina of Time. But then again, I do everything in Zelda games, so. But I understand wanting it to be lower price. I don't even know if it's gonna be 60. It might only be 40. I don't know. I know they're charging 60 for pre-orders, but that doesn't mean it's gonna be 60. Back again, Neil Augusto. Your live streams are entertaining. Are you not entertained? Oh, man. I'm glad that you enjoyed the streams. Andrew Jack says, how many Nintendo Switches are in a household? 2. So I have mine, which is absolutely filthy right now from my son. I really need to... I need to get a new Switch for just me. And then my daughter has one. So there's 2.
But I need to get a new Switch and just give my son this Switch. I need to just give him this Switch and buy myself a new one. I don't know when it's going to happen. Money. I'm kind of waiting for the Switch Pro, Switch Mini, and then it'll happen. But and there'll eventually be probably 4 of them, because I'm sure my youngest son's going to want his own Switch when he's a little older. Like next year, probably. Because he turns 4 this year, so when he's 5, I guess when he's 5, it would make sense for me to get him one. You have 2 working on 3. Nice. Check Twitch over here. No one chatting on Twitch. That's not a surprise. All right, what else can I show you guys from my collection? I don't want to take too much off the shelf, because then I got to remember to put it back. What 3D? I have some 3DS game boxes up here. What 3DS? No! I just stepped on the Labo piano. Oh, Hyrule Warrior Legends. Aha. Of course. Oh, man. Here, I can go over these. These are not really Nintendo related. These are some old PC games I have. Some of my favorite PC games of all time. Medieval 2 Total War. That's right. That's right. Still have all the discs. Oh, hey. Inside my Medieval Total War 2 case is The Witcher 2. The Witcher 2. See, proof that look at that. I even have the original soundtrack, baby. Medieval Total War 2 is a BA game. And look, I have a bill. I owed $108 for Xcel Energy back in 2013. This was a disconnection notice. See, I was even poor back then. Obviously, I paid it. But still. I don't know why I put a disconnection notice inside a PC case. Mass Effect 3. Heck yeah. Yeah, no CD key in there. There's a CD key inside Medieval 2. But I didn't show it because I don't know if I had that registered. Age of Empires 2, the Gold Edition. Love Age of Empires, man. What else we got here? A little bit of Dishonored action. That's right. A physical copy of Dishonored I owned. Oh, hey, look. There's some DVDs in here. What movies are these? The Barons. Oh, this one's not. This is a Wi-Fi adapter disc. The Barons. I don't know if I remember The Barons. It's a movie from 2012. I don't know, but I have The Barons. Let's see here. Oh, yeah. And then there's the big box of The Witcher 2. The one disc should be in. Giant The Witcher 2 box. And yes, I own The Witcher 3 on PC too, but just digital. Most of my PC games are now digital, but that's what I have left of my physical PC collection. I used to have a lot more. Let's see here. Hey, Nate. Were you disappointed on Sunday? The Bucks lost. The Game of Thrones ending. Brock Lesnar won the money. I don't really watch WWE, so I don't care about that. The Bucks losing obviously sucked, but it's life. It's supposed to be hard to get to the finals. So, Game of Thrones ending. I wasn't disappointed in how Game of Thrones ended. It was just rushed. Everything was rushed in this season. I loved a long night. I loved the battle. With the Red Keep and all that stuff. I don't want to get too, spoilery for those that haven't seen it yet. But I liked a lot of the individual episodes. It's just everything leading into the episodes felt rushed, and the ending, the final episode, didn't bother me how everything wrapped up. But I said it on Twitter, the episode felt boring. And you're like, well, if they're rushing things, how's it boring? Because it's just boring. Like, jumping to the conclusions they did on the characters was like, really? After everything that happened, really? Really? It didn't make much sense in terms of how rushed it was. They could have made this a 10-episode season. They should have made last season 10 episodes. George R.R. Martin said to do it properly would have taken another 5 seasons. That's probably a bit of an exaggeration. But I mean, I don't think Game of Thrones could have used a full season this year, maybe even a full season next year, but to really flesh out the arc of the characters and how it got to where it is. But it is what it is. It's like they were told, basically it's like George R.R. Martin told them key plot points, and then they just made the key plot points. They didn't like try to flesh out those plot points. Like in the books, everything's going to be fleshed out. The key plot points are going to be the same in the books, but like there'll be a lot of fleshing out in between, and that's what's missing this season. Like that was so evident in everything leading up through season 6 was everything was fleshed out. And it made sense. Even the things that were cut from the books didn't matter because there was so much context and fleshing out for everything else. And then you could really tell they didn't have book material for these last couple seasons because they had key plot points and they just kind of made the key plot points the episodes instead of getting the build up to the episodes like you're used to. Like Game of Thrones was always about the build up. It was always about the build up. And there just wasn't build up, right? Like, yeah, you can argue we've been building up for 7 seasons for, you know, the Long Night episode, but how that episode ended up coming together, I didn't mind the episode on its own, but I felt like leading into that episode could have been better. So, I don't know. I don't really mind it. I think it's nice to know what happened. Now we know everything that happened. It's just, you could just tell they didn't have any material, and I don't know if they just didn't want to, you know, step on toes and have it be completely different from the books, because it would have been completely different, because George R.R. Martin didn't give them anything else but the key plot points. So, like, it would have been completely different from the books. So maybe they didn't want to do that, and they're like, look, wait for the books to fill in the rest. I don't know. I mean, to be fair, if George R.R. Martin would be dragging his feet and just get the damn books out, like, seriously, there's no excuse for him not to have, like, I know there's 2 books left. The second to last book should be out. There's like no excuse for that. He just doesn't care as much to get it done. And I get that it's a really complex series, and the books are even more complex, but that book should have been done years ago. Like, come on, Game of Thrones started. Like, it's been like a decade of the show, and we still don't have that book. Our household has 3 Switches now. One of them exclusively for Skyrim. I've never heard of that. There's a Switch exclusively for Skyrim? All right. Let's see here. An unbiased Nintendo fan says, "Hey Nate, did you see Arlo's video saying how the Switch library is bad? I'm glad more people are waking up to the fact that the Switch library is poor. Maybe the Switch library will improve." I watched like half his video. I didn't get through all of it because it's not Arlo's voice. I know it's his script, but it was his editor doing it. So I don't know, no offense to his editor. I don't really want to hear the editor's voice. I get that he has bronchitis, so obviously he's just doing what he can do to get content up. But honestly, I disagree with a lot of things he had to say. So difference of opinion. Andrew Jacks, I should be doing homework, but Nintendo Prime. Dude, get your homework done. Get your homework done. Come on, don't be a slacker. Come on. I've slacked enough for everyone in this stream. I've got that limited edition Zelda Strategy Guide box set with the golden pages. I don't even have that. Nice. You got the collector's edition guide for Twilight Princess HD and Majora's Mask 3D. Cool. Wolfen had to go. Later, dude. Mac the Great, horrible writing. I don't even think the writing was bad for Game of Thrones. I think it was they didn't want to just make up a bunch of stuff to fill in the gaps because they know it will be way too different from the book. I think this is just a case of the series was never supposed to end before the books did. And then when George R.R. Martin drug his feet, the series ended before the books did. So it kind of left the writers of the show in like no man's land because they've had all this material to work with and now it was taken away from them. And they're supposed to now be George R.R. Martin basically. Like it was never going to happen. And part of that's probably why they made the season so short. Like, look, we're just going to show you the key plot points and end it. Like, we can't. Like, we know. Like, I think they knew it's probably going to disappoint, but they don't want to make us wait a decade to maybe see the ending. Has Had to be like Terrell Owens. Got my popcorn ready. I'm rooting for the Bucks. Get your popcorn ready. Do I think Wolfenstein Youngblood on Switch will be good? Yeah, I think it'll be all right. Let's see here. Stephen Warrior. Or Stephen Warner. Hey, how's it going, man? What is your real life job? Well, currently, you're watching it. Let's see here. Arlo's voice is enjoyable to hear. I mean, yeah, to be fair, I watch like Arlo's videos. It's not even for the puppet. I just like his voice. I don't know who the guy's actual name is, but I like his voice a lot. What points did I disagree with him? I only watched half the video, so to be fair, I don't have full context. And I don't like talking about someone else's video without full context. The points I mostly disagreed with are the reason that he felt that the droughts and the big games or whatever were due to his personal opinions and personal tastes, right? As an example, I really enjoyed Kirby. I really enjoyed Mario Tennis Aces. I reviewed the game. I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed a lot of the games last year, from third party and first party, but he didn't. And because of that, it obviously felt like a letdown from 2017. And I understand that. 2017, I said 2017 in 2017 set unrealistic expectations. No platform in the history of gaming had ever had a year like 2017. So like to have that kind of expectation for every year was just not realistic, I guess. I think the more disappointing part is that the start of this year was basically Labo and Yoshi and nothing else till June. And I think that was a little bit more disappointing than last year because there's so many great games this year, but they're all packed in the second half, right? Like that to me is the only thing that I do think is strange. I don't have a huge issue overall with last year. I get why people have issues with it. It didn't really bother me. I enjoyed a lot of the games last year. I mean, most of my library was bought last year, so I'm good. How big is my Switch collection? I have like 50-something games. Let's see here. I've never played a Fire Emblem game. Can you explain the type of series it is? The only thing you really need to know about Fire Emblem is the kind of game it is. It is a grid-based strategy game, right? So the combat works in a rock, paper, scissors style. So, rock beats paper, paper beats rock, scissors beats paper, but rock beats scissors, right? So there's like this rock, paper, scissors style to the combat, and that's how you do the strength versus weaknesses. So, like, if you ever played a game of Risk, like, there's those strengths and weaknesses sometimes with the cannons and the soldiers, and anyways. So you have, like, the strengths and weaknesses that affect everything. Otherwise, it's kind of, actually, Risk is a good comparison. It's kind of like a dice roll on how well you're going to perform in combat against different units, and that rock, paper, scissors thing helps you. If you want a good taste of it, go get Fire Emblem Heroes. Fire Emblem Heroes literally has base Fire Emblem mechanics in it for you to see how the combat works. And Fire Emblem Heroes is free, even though it's a gacha game. You'll be able to do the base combat and get an idea of what it's like before you buy it. So it's a strategy game. You move in turns. Different units, different characters. Yeah, there's other story elements and all this other stuff layered on top, but the basic premise is it's a grid-based strategy game, and I love strategy games. I love turn-based strategy games, and I love grid-based turn strategy games. So I also like real-time ones too. So it's I mean, I don't really know how else to explain it. Just go play Fire Emblem Heroes. It's free on your phone. Android or iOS, doesn't matter. You can literally get a taste. The gacha mechanics in there are not what Fire Emblem's like. But the combat, when you get to the grid in there, and it's a much smaller map and everything on Fire Emblem Heroes, but it'll give you an idea of what Fire Emblem's like. How about a new Donkey Kong Country? That would be cool, but I don't think we're going to get that anytime soon. 2017 sent people's expectations way too high. It felt so... Oh, I mean, and they delayed the Switch specifically so 2017 would be as killer as it was. Like, I mean, it's Nintendo's own fault. They're the ones that set the expectations that high. So, like, I can't get mad at people for having those expectations when Nintendo's the one that gave them those expectations. I just know better. Like, I knew there's no way. Like, a Zelda, Splatoon, a Mario Kart, even if it's a port, and a new 3D Mario game in the same year, this isn't even counting all the zillions of games in between. Yeah, sorry. You're not going to get that every year. That's like a once in a blue moon kind of year. Let's see here. Been satisfied with the first half of this year. We got plenty of third-party games. Sure, the reports, but the reports of games that I haven't played. Well, besides Mortal Kombat 11. But yeah, yep. 2018 had a lot of potential. I enjoyed 2018. So, what other games you're most looking forward to this year? Yours are Luigi Mansion 3, Link's Awakening. I mean, I'm looking forward to Link's Awakening just because it was my first ever Zelda game and it's being remastered. Otherwise, it's Fire Emblem Three Houses, Animal Crossing. I mean, Luigi's Mansion 3 is up there too. I'm curious to see if it's going to be more like the first game or the second game or a blend of both or do its own thing entirely. I mean, it's taking place in one building, I think, this time, but we'll see what happens. Astral Chain too, by the way. Very curious on Astral Chain and Town from Game Freak. Oh, and did you guys hear today that Game Freak now has 2 dedicated teams? One team is dedicated solely to making Pokemon games. Another team is dedicated to making things that aren't Pokemon, like Town. Like, that's crazy, right? Game Freak is dedicating themselves hardcore to making games that aren't Pokemon games. So, what's up, Edward Norton? How's it going, man? I think Nintendo wanted 2017's line to be so big to build consumer interest. Well, I think after what happened with Wii U, the entire plan for the first year of Switch was to, like, blow it out of the water because they didn't want a Wii U situation happening again. Sadly, there will be no new Donkey Kong Country or Donkey Kong or DKC for this gen. Is some old Wii U port charged at $60? I hate Nintendo. Okay, yeah, we already know, man. You've already stated you hate their porting practices a zillion times. You don't have to repeat it literally every time you show up. I feel like you make that point every time you show up. Thank God Game Freak finally has a non-Pokemon team. Can we get a Pulse Man re-release or remake? No, they're focused on making new games. So I don't think you're going to see remakes. One of the most underrated first-party game on Switch, mine are ARMS and Mario Tennis Aces. Most underrated first-party? ARMS is obviously up there because ARMS is way the hell better than people give it credit for. ARMS is fantastic. Underrated first-party. I mean, honestly, I think Kirby Star Allies is underrated. I'm not saying it's like the best first-party game. It's not. But it's not nearly as bad as people make it out to be. It is severely underrated for how good it actually is. So there you go. Those are my 2. Bayonetta 3 should be a big hit. I mean, Bayonetta, it might sell 2 million. I don't know. I mean, Bayonetta is not like a massive franchise, but we'll see. We'll see how it does. You're digging RE4. Yeah, dude, I don't know why there isn't gyro functions. Like, why is there not Wii-style control? I don't get that. Like, the Switch can do it, so why? You know, it's life. ARMS is so meh. The gameplay is nice. But besides the 2-player matches, there's nothing to do. Now, look, I know there are fighting games that put expectations through the roof, right? Smash Bros, as an example. Mortal Kombat 11 is a great example, right? So many different modes, different gameplay styles, different this, different that. Those are like exceptions to the fighting game rule. So when someone tells me ARMS is meh, but the gameplay is fantastic, but there's nothing to do outside of 2-player matches, that's what the game is! It's a fighting game. It's about 2 players going. It's an arena fighting game. And you just said the gameplay's good. That means it's good. It's a good game. You just said it's a good game. You just wish it was a different game. You wish it had content like Mortal Kombat 11 or like Smash Bros, but that's not what the game is. It's an arena-based fighting game. The entire point of the game is for you to go against other people. That's it. That's the point of the game. Period. Done. It's like in Splatoon being like, hey, man, sucks that in Splatoon all you do is spray ink everywhere. I get that there's more modes in Splatoon, but oh, man. ARMS is literally a fighting game that's all about kicking the crap out of another person. That's the point of the game. It exists for no other reason than to be a fighting game about kicking the crap out of another person. Smash Bros. Is about being a celebration, right? It's always been about a celebration of Nintendo characters, and then they brought other characters in. So, of course, there's all this other stuff because it's more of a celebration. It was never meant to be like this serious fighting game. ARMS was built to be a serious fighting game. That was the purpose of ARMS from day one. It's why they were doing tournaments with ARMS from day one. Oh, man. You can't, like, walk in and be like, oh, yeah, ARMS isn't that great, even though I love the gameplay and there's amazing 2-player match. Like, that's the game. The game is 2-player matches. That is ARMS. So if you like that, then you like the game. Oh, man. Sorry. ARMS is so underrated. It is such a fantastic game. Will there be more content the next time around? Probably. They pretty much said ARMS 2 is happening. So there'll be more content the second time around. But it was an experimental new IP. And it was awesome. Should be happy. There's going to be another one. Be mad if that one doesn't have more content. Splatoon 2 has way the hell more content than Splatoon 1. Like, you learn. You live and you learn. They nailed the idea with Splatoon 1. Perfected it in Splatoon 2. They nailed the idea with ARMS 1. They'll perfect it in ARMS 2. Like, that's what you do with new IPs. New IPs rarely come out of the gates just, woohoo! They need to nail the gameplay, nail the concept. That's all a new IP really needs to do. That's the only expectation anyone should have on a new IP. Because if it doesn't nail that, then the rest of it's pointless. Maybe that's just me. But, like, especially with fighting games, like, dude, the most important thing in the fighting game is the gameplay. If they nailed the gameplay, then hell, they already won 90% of the battle. The other 10% is fluff. The gameplay is really all that matters in a fighting game. Because even look at all the modes in Mortal Kombat 11. What are you doing? You're just fighting again. More one-on-one matches. You're just doing more fight. You're doing the same thing you do in the rest of the game in different modes. But it's still the same thing. You're just doing the same thing. It's just, oh, there's a ladder to climb. Oh, there's a cutscene. And then after the cutscene, you're doing the same thing. It's just the same thing over and over and over again in Mortal Kombat 11. No one's complaining about the lack of content in that. Like, that's pretty much what ARMS does. It's just the same thing. Over and over and over again. Without the cutscenes. Like, okay, I don't need cutscenes to justify the price. Not that the cutscenes make Mortal Kombat better. The gameplay is what makes it so great. If the gameplay sucks, no one's going to give a crap about the cutscenes. Actually, some people make fun of some of the cutscenes in Mortal Kombat 11, but... Illumidonkey, I do have your email. I haven't responded yet because it's a very weird email. I'm just being honest with you. It's a very strange one. I can tell you my answer is probably going to be just to kindly say no, sorry. Just based on the nature of what you're offering. I appreciate the offer, my man, but like I'm not comfortable with it. So, and that's not like your fault that I'm not comfortable with it. It's me, like, someone else's information, no thanks. Not interested. And I have a bunch of games on Switch, so, like, I don't have an issue with games on Switch, so. And my kids use my Switch all the time, and that's just going to cause issues too, so, no, that's all right. Let's see here. What was the last non-Pokemon game from Game Freak? I don't remember, to be completely honest. I know they've made some, though. What's my favorite Nintendo Switch bundle? Probably the Diablo 3 one, and I don't even have it. I just think the design on it's just sick. I love the design of the Diablo 3 stuff on the Switch. Have ever bought anything off Etsy? Yes, I have. To be fair, the only fighting game I care about is Smash Bros. I don't play Tekken or Street Fighter. Yeah, like that's the thing. Smash Bros is unrealistic. I'm just letting you know. If all you play is Smash Bros, like Smash Bros sets the bar at unrealistic levels. And you might be like, why is that unrealistic? Because Smash Bros is about a celebration. It's not about, yeah, the core mechanics are great, but they've had those core mechanics locked down since the 90s. So it's really about everything else, right? That's kind of what Smash Bros has become about, everything else. The character reveals is like this huge deal where it's not as big a deal for other games. But a lot of fighting games, like that's what they are. ARMS is just like all the other fighting games out there. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just if your bar is Smash, like nothing, not even Mortal Kombat 11 matches Smash. Like Smash's level of content and things they do in it are almost unmatched by most video games in existence. Like it's crazy how much content Smash has. So especially Smash Ultimate. So I understand if that's the bar you have because that's the only fighting game you play, but man, that is a very unrealistic bar, especially for a brand new IP. Like Smash didn't get to where it was overnight. Like go back and play the N64 version when it was brand new. Tell me how much there was to do in that. Not a lot. There really wasn't much to do in it. ARMS is pretty fun, but I have to admit, can't think of anything to add more variety compared to Splatoon 2. The game ARMS got compared to the most. Well, I think it's a fighting game, you know. People wanted more single player content. I think was the big thing with ARMS. They wanted a story, like a proper story mode and stuff. I mean, they had like a single player ladder thing, but it wasn't the same as what modern fighting games have been doing. That was more so like what they used to do back in the 90s. I love Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze. I wish they had more 2D side scrolling levels. Jeez, you guys. Let's see here. I lost my spot here. Oh yeah, four player local matches in ARMS are crazy. If you get a chance to do that. Let's see here. ARMS 2 would be great, but seeing as it would be Nintendo's second fighting franchise, will they take a risk and give F-Zero one more chance given their financial success recently? I don't think so. I think they're done with F-Zero. I don't think F-Zero is ever coming back. ARMS works because it's an extremely different game, and you can be like, well, F-Zero's different. Well, now they added speed to Mario Kart, so that was like the big difference. Oh, it's fast. And now that's not really like I don't think F-Zero's coming back. As much as you might want it to come back, I don't think it's coming back at all. ARMS 2 should be amazing. There should be even more content in ARMS 2. As the first ARMS was successful. You're like, oh, but it only sold a couple million. Like, that's actually really good. If the fighting game is not Mortal Kombat or Smash, 2 million in sales is really good. Like, Mortal Kombat and Smash are like the top of the mountains for fighting games. But everything else only sells like 1 million or 2. So, like, ARMS fell right in with all the other fighting games. So, there's so much going on the internet about a potential Nintendo Switch Mini or Pro. Is it fake or is it real? I know you have discussed this in previous vids, but I'm still confused. I firmly believe the Mini is a thing. I don't know if they're going to call it Mini, of course. They'll call it whatever they call it. But I have heard and seen some things that convince me the Mini is real. The Pro, who knows? You know? There's a lot of smoke around it, and I always say when enough smoke gathers up, then there's probably a fire, but I don't know. I don't know on that one. The Mini for sure, though. I'm like 99.999% sure is a thing. Let's see here. I don't think there's been an amiibo bundle yet, apart from 2 third-party ones. There was the 3DS amiibo bundle with Chibi Robo. That was one. I remember that was a bundle one. I'm trying to think if there's any other Nintendo bundled ones. I mean, I know the Shovel Knight one existed too, but the 30th anniversary ones were there was a special edition of the Mario 30th anniversary one that you could only get if you bought the Mario edition Wii U. I know that was a thing. It's like a different color variant than the one I have. I can't remember if there was a... I mean, they haven't done... there was a bundle for Yoshi. Yoshi's Woolly World, I think, had a bundle that you could get, like, the big amiibo in, if I remember right, with the game. Like that giant... There's that giant one. I can't remember how expensive it was. I think it was like $100. I'm trying to remember. There's probably some other ones I'm forgetting about. There's been a lot of them. There's a lot of amiibo. So, I know there's differences in F-Zero and Mario Kart. You don't have to explain it to me. I'm just telling you what Nintendo's thinking is any idea they have for F-Zero, they'll just put in Mario Kart. Although the Death Wheel needs to come back. I miss the Death Wheel. Let's see here. I don't really care about F-Zero, says Sonic 47 Central. I don't believe Nintendo will revive it either, but it would be great if they give it... I mean, I want to see Wave Race come back of all the racing games Nintendo's had, but it's probably not going to... Have I 100% of Breath of the Wild? No, I have not. But I've played it exclusively on Switch. Do I know anyone to play Box Boy on Switch? I know one person who's played it. Miyamoto said they wouldn't make a new one unless they could figure out a unique way to build it again. That's what he said. Mario Kart 200cc is nowhere near as fast as F-Zero and it still is a very casual party racer. Well, I'm talking about the 200cc on the F-Zero track, where you're not only 200cc, you're also speed boosting the entire time. That is pretty close to the speed of F-Zero. It's probably not exactly, but it's pretty close. There's been some F-Zero alternatives out there, Fast Racing Neo and stuff like that. But I'm not arguing that Mario Kart is F-Zero. What I'm saying is that Nintendo has no interest in making another F-Zero, and they've made that very clear. Just like they have no interest in making another Wave Race, despite me wanting there to be more Wave Races. What? Why is Google emailing me? What the heck do you want, Google? 2 new improvements. Action required. What action required could there possibly be right now? Okay. Bunch of mumbo jumbo that doesn't matter. I don't get why they don't just ask Sega to make a new F-Zero. They literally gave it to them to make GX way back when, and Sega has Sumo Digital making new racing games. Because money. Money, 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 money. Lots of money. It costs a lot of money. Link. How's the new rig running? You mean my new editing rig? I mean, I need a new GPU for it here, but fine. Runs fine. It does edit videos faster, so no issues, no crashing. One of my RGB RAM sticks, the RGB broke on it, so that's a thing that happened. Doesn't really have anything to do with the performance of the RAM, but it does look funny. It's like blue RAM, gap, blue RAM, in the gap. Here, you know what? I'll take a picture and see if I can show you guys how funny it looks. I think it looks funny. Ooh, I don't know if it's going to turn out. Oh, there we go. I don't know, focus on it. So I can show you guys how funny that RAM looks. Because the RGB broke. Come on, camera, focus. Or you can kind of tell when I go in because you'll see it looks like whiter. I don't really know if it's showing up well, but basically it's blue, and then it's like starts out with the right color blue at the top, goes to dark blue, kind of becomes purplish, and then goes white for the rest of the way. So like some of the RGB burned out. I'm sure if I change it to a different color, it might be fine. That a color that doesn't have blue in it. To be fair, I have it on a really awkward color blue because it's on Nintendo Prime Blue, which is not a color that you usually do with RGB. So it's a difficult color. And yes, I probably should take them back to Best Buy and exchange them. Which I'll probably do that here eventually. Is just take them back to Best Buy and exchange them. Just for some new ones. RAM's easy to pop in and out. What's up, Two Holmes? How's it going, my man? I see you up here in the stream. I was just bitching earlier about how my microphone broke for my camera. Life. So that just got added to my E3 2019 to-do list. New luggage. I gotta cross that off. I got my luggage taken care of. There's my big bag, and then my carry-on crap is around here somewhere. And then hotel and parking for the car in Minnesota. I took care of that today. And now I have new camera mic on the list, and I don't know how I'm gonna pay for that yet. Yeah, I don't know how I'm gonna pay for new camera mic. I have no money, man. My food budget's like $100 right now for the whole trip. I'm a little tight for this trip, but it's life, dude. The camera mic is what I actually am mad about the most, more so than the food budget, because I'm actually debating on taking my food budget and just buying a new mic and just not eating, or just packing some ramen. Because like without the mic, it's like, why record anything with the camera? Like the daily vlogs, I can't use the camera for the daily vlogs if I don't have a freaking microphone on there. And then I'm like, well, I could switch to my phone, right? Well, then I need like a gimbal, and I obviously, if I don't have the money for a freaking microphone, I don't have the money for a gimbal. But life. It's life. It's whatever. I'll make it work. I mean, my lav mics don't really work with my camera. That's what sucks. At least I can try to like hook up a lav mic, and they don't work very well. Not like this one did. And like the thing is, this microphone, wherever I tossed it, oh, it's over there. It records audio, but now it's just there's a high pitched buzzing that doesn't go away, and you can't edit out. Life. I don't think you can not eat for like a week. I know. I'm going to eat. I'm not worried about it. I'll figure it out. I always figure things out. I just did a bunch of manual labor jobs today just to get my bills paid around the house. Since YouTube revenue isn't doing extremely hot at the moment. That's all right. I'll have a new job after E3 to supplement my YouTube stuff, so then I'm not struggling so much. I don't like struggling as much as I am. Still doing YouTube, of course. Still hitting it hard here on YouTube. Just got to have a consistent paycheck coming in addition to YouTube. For now, anyways. Hopefully someday I get back to where YouTube is the only thing I do. That's always the long off goal. But let's see here. I would be glad to send you some ramen. No, I've got ramen, man. There's always ramen in this house, let me tell you. And hey, if any of you guys out there want to help me get some of this new equipment for E3, I do have an equipment donation thing going on that we're already at like $60 on. So, hey. Let's see here. Did you hear the AC3 ran at 20 FPS and 500p on Switch? Can we finally admit that the Craptendo Switch is as strong as a Wii? Except the Wii wouldn't be able to run AC3 at 5 FPS, let alone 20, so... Alright, man. I can't believe I'm about to do this. But I think I finally had enough of Nintendo sucks. See, unlike an unbiased Nintendo fan, at least like even like in this stream, right? An unbiased Nintendo fan is actually despite popping in with criticism like he always does, he's legit had good conversation points, and you could tell he's an actual fan of Nintendo. Nintendo Sucks is just a troll. He just trolls. He just comes in on every Nintendo channel and trolls. And I think I finally had enough. All right. Let's see here. I have AC3 on Switch instead. Yeah, AC3 on Switch. From what I have seen, I don't have it myself, because money. Otherwise, I'd have it because I never beat it on Wii U, so I kind of want to beat it. Anyways, that's neither here nor there. From what I have seen, it runs pretty much the same as the Wii U, as well as the Wii U version did. And yeah, the Wii U version was not the best running version of AC3, but I mean, it was acceptable. So, let's see here. Nintendo Sucks was low-key really funny. Nintendo Sucks was only low-key really funny because of how stupid he sounded. Like, every time he came in the troll, it was just the stupidest thing. A little better, I think. It's got higher res texture. Yeah, it does have higher res textures, I saw. I know that the resolution of the game isn't always running at HD, but the textures aren't as, you know what I mean, aren't as blurry at the base level. Obviously, that's a little different than the overall resolution being presented to the player. But again, I don't have it on hand to actually verify that. I'm just like looking at videos on YouTube that are compressed, so that obviously doesn't help convey everything. Okay, let's make sure I was good. Yeah, dude, I'm good. You don't gotta worry about me. As I always tell people for like this E3 trip, hey, guys, don't worry about me, man. If I end up going to E3 with $0 in my pocket, I'll make it work, man. I'll go to the street corners in LA, which probably isn't a smart idea. I'll work the corners. No, I'll be all right. I'll find a way. I mean, the microphone, I don't know what I'm gonna do about that. I just straight up don't have the money for it. But that's life, right? I'll probably end up doing all my vlogs with my phone. And it sucks because I don't have any way to hold it, so I have to like hold my phone and try to like not drop it and cup it and hope it doesn't. I don't know. I'll figure it out. Take out a loan. I guess I could just take out a loan and that would fix all my problems. I'm trying to avoid taking out a loan though, even though I know I'm about to get another job and have a steadier paycheck, so I could afford the payments on the loan. But let's see here. What's up, Nintendo Talk? How's it going, man? Welcome. Yeah, it's the paying back of the loan that really sucks. Like, because I get really crap because my credit rating, that I messed up my credit rating bad in my early 20s. That I'm still paying off some stuff from my early 20s. So like, I don't get very good rates on my loans. That's really my biggest issue. Having a consistent thing I pay every single month isn't a problem. It's the rates and never catching up when you take out new loans. Just feels like all you're ever doing is paying off the interest and never actually paying back the loan. Because I can't afford to make larger payments. It's just it's dumb, but it's life. I did just get one of my loans from when I was 18. One of my credit cards from when I was 18 paid off like 2 weeks ago. God, I'm in my 30s. It took me forever to pay that damn thing off. Just wait till I start paying back my student debt. By then I'll have a lot better job though, so it's whatever. Or I'll have that, or I'll just blow up on YouTube. That'd be sweet. Let's get to like 300K subs and multiple employees and like get this thing moved out of my house. If I'm at that point, then I'm not worried. All my prior debts will be taken care of and paid off because I'll be doing well for myself then. But that's the dream. That's the give it time. That I can't expect all that to happen. Not everyone can be Spawn Wave and blow up in a couple of years. Let me see here. It's pretty odd that at this period of time there are floods of E3 rumors, but for this year there has oddly been very few rumors that were discussed by YouTubers except leak channels. Even like there's just not a lot of legit leaks happening right now. Most of the rumor mongers for E3 that actually know stuff are kind of staying silent this year. I don't know if there's like this agreement they all like kind of silently agreed to. Hey, this year we're not going to say anything. So we'll see what happens. I'm not surprised with Nintendo because like if they're just showing off 2019 games, then there probably isn't much to leak. But for Microsoft, I'm very surprised we don't have more leaks coming out of Microsoft's conference. We'll see. We'll see what happens. What's up, Clayton Miller? How's it going, man? Welcome to the stream. I decided to come back to see things. Got your back, bro. Can't wait to see your E3 content. Yeah, dude. The E3 content's going to be sick. Hands-on impressions. Those won't be affected by the mic because I'll be able to use my Blue Yeti mic or whatever to record that stuff. Yeah, hands-on impressions. Gameplay of everything that's playable on Switch at E3. Hopefully, I'm trying to contact some of the accessory makers that are going to be there. I'm trying to contact them to see if they will actually let me take some of the accessories for Switch out of the cases and kind of showcase them in a video. That's one that I actually need my mic working for, so we'll see what happens with that. Maybe if I can get one of my, maybe if I can get like this mic to work with it, maybe I can like bring this mic with as like, a holding mic and speaking to it, so at least I can maybe do that if I did something like that. Because I do have a cord like this that directly plugs into a standard 3.5 millimeter jack. I might have to test that out and see if that's even a viable option for a video like that. Although then again, I know enough media going that I can get my equipment in, I think. So shouldn't be too big of a problem. We'll see though. There's one person in particular I'm really hoping that will just like, hey, take my stuff in with his stuff. And then I'll just meet him inside. But we'll see. When you said you were going to go to the street corners, I thought you were going to try to get rid of Eric's virginity for a fee. Get your virgin here! Man, I got too many loans and credit cards right now, but I needed money back then. Yeah, dude, that's what got me back in my early 20s. Is I was kicked out of my parents' house and trying to survive on my own. I took out a bunch of loans and credit cards to just like get by until I got jobs, and then I realized I couldn't afford to pay any of the crap back, and it's life. I mean, the nice thing is, they don't really take money out of my paychecks, which has been really nice, but it's still like money I owe, and until I get it all paid off, my credit rating just stays crap, which, and I just pay things as I can afford to, and I can't really afford to make a lot of payments now since I have kids now, but I'm getting there. I try to pay off the smaller ones and then get to the big ones as we go here. I'm in the middle. I just got a new payment agreement on a really big one that I pay now in the middle of the month every month, starting next month. Let's see here. I'm back. Whatever happened to the PlayStation credit card that Sony advertised and never released? I don't know. Whatever happened to the GameStop credit card? You guys remember that? When GameStop had a credit card? How long did that last? What college did I go to? I've been to UW Stout, CVTC, and DeVry University. Actually, fun fact about going to DeVry University, because they falsely advertised for like, I've had $200 checks sent to me from a lawsuit against DeVry because they falsely advertised, and I was attending school during the time that they were false advertising. Kind of neat. And now I'm going back to CVTC this fall for software programming. I really want you to blow up on YouTube. I just want the best for you, man. Yeah, dude. I mean, obviously, this is my dream job. This is what I want to do for a living, but, it is what it is. You do what you got to do to get your bills paid, take care of your kids, and keep pushing on YouTube and keep hoping we get to that point where I don't have to do other jobs anymore. That's always the goal. So, we'll see if that ever happens. My fiance really wants me to blow up too. I mean, heck, I'll be honest with you guys right now. I applied for another YouTube job. I'm probably not going to get it, but I applied. And please don't say anything publicly to the place when I tell you, because I don't want you guys like getting mad at them or trying to influence things. But Switchforce was hiring, and I applied at Switchforce to do video content for a new project they have going on. I don't know if I'm going to make it past their first thing, but I made my video, I made my application, sent it to them. Haven't heard anything back, but you know, I don't know if they're going to email people back till after June 1st because they're taking applications till June 1st, or if they're going to email people back at all. I have no idea. So I applied to work on their new project, which I can do for my home in addition to my YouTube channel. But we'll see. I'm probably not going to get the gig. I'm sure they'll find someone that's much better suited than me for what they're looking for. I found the live stream with Reggie giving a speech. We know that robots will not replace every job because he said so. If you want to get subs, do a 24/7 live sub count. With you trying to beat PewDiePie, also drop a diss track. How to get subs 101. I'll show that. I don't know why that comment's hidden. Right? I should just do like a who's gonna win, Arlo versus Spawn Wave or something. First to a mill. Who's gonna get to a mill first? Oh man, dang, Buck's gonna rebound tomorrow. I hope so. Wait a few weeks to the Walmart. Wait a few weeks. E3's in a few weeks. What if Walmart Canada showed the new Switch? I don't even know if that would be a leak at this point. That's just a thing that happens. I feel like the Nintendo community got so pissed off with all the fake rumors that they ignore the leaks. Or the leaks just aren't happening. Because there was a lot of legit leaks, and I reported on a bunch of them. Like, it's just the people that were reliable aren't giving any leaks right now. What if Walmart Canada leaked Nintendo Switch Pro by mistake? I mean, you could argue it's already been leaked. So, have I ever played? Oh wait, you're not talking to me. Okay. I want a T-shirt that says, "Hey, thank you so and so for subscribing." Hey, thanks so much for subscribing. I guess I've said that enough, right? That I probably should have a shirt with it on. Hey, thank you, Turuko Kone 2628 for following over on Twitch. I should check Twitch chat. Someone new followed on Twitch, and they're not chatting. So dang it. I remember I wanted to get the GameStop gift card. Yeah, dude, their interest rates weren't good on that card. I don't even think I qualified for that card back then. You should look up what Nintendo Life did. They posted stuff against the NDA. I mean, I'm sure I probably made that mistake in the past at some point. At Zelda Informer. You may not want to show it on here because Nintendo will remove what? What are you talking about? I have no idea what you're talking about. Is it about Mario Kart Tour? Is there an NDA with Mario Kart Tour? I don't know because I wasn't invited in, so. Real talk. Flare TV got 1 million subscribers just by streaming live subcounts of PewDiePie and T-Series. Yeah, I know. Their live stream of PewDiePie and T-Series has 116 million views. Crazy. We'll see if Flare TV does anything with all that popularity, though, once they can't do those kind of streams anymore. YouTube made a policy change today that might kill those kind of streams. So we'll see if they're able to keep it going. Hey, I have a text message, I think. Maybe it's just spam. I get a lot of spam text messages. Geez, I do have some spam text messages and some spam phone calls. I'm pretty sure my number got leaked on a caller list to these like political things, and I get a zillion phone calls now. Like every day, I keep blocking numbers because they're like, "Hey, would you like to vote for blah, blah, blah?" I'm like, no, shut up. Leave me alone. Leave me alone, man. Hey, SNK _ Fresca. Fresca. I haven't had Fresca in a long time. Thank you for following over on Twitch. SNK_Fresca. Refreshing. Isn't it more like a simple hey? It's more like hey. I have no idea what you're talking about. How will the lines be at this year's E3? Long. They're long every year. The Nintendo booth lines are long. Some of the other booths, they really aren't that long, but Nintendo's always super long. Mario Kart Tour. I just followed your Twitch. Nice, Andrew Jix. That was you? Sweet. Yeah, I don't think they're taking videos down, but they've been blocking them from being able to be embedded. That is something I've noticed. Like every Mario Kart Tour video that people are embedding on websites, they'll be like, oh, you have to click on it and go to YouTube to watch. That is something Nintendo seems to have done for some reason. What about a new Star Fox game? They would be nice. Sure. That would be nice. We had that rumor on a Star Fox game last year. I wish I go to E3. PAX East was so fun. Yeah, dude. How many games could you play in one day? Depends on how you schedule things and how you bounce around. Probably in per day, I could probably get close to 8 in per day. Maybe more. Depends on how lucky you get. Warp Pipe Pass is going to help increase things too. Once you're done with Nintendo's booth, you could actually fly. I mean, I'll probably have time to go to Microsoft this year, I think. If I can get, the big thing is, can I get Pokemon Sword and Shield done with the Warp Pipe Pass? If I can get that done with the Warp Pipe Pass, then dude, that saves me like Pokemon alone takes like a day. You wait in line for like 5 hours just to play Pokemon. So that's kind of the big one. Like if I could do that with Warp Pipe Pass, great. Then I'll be able to fly around the rest of E3. Sorry, I'm just looking. I'll look at this stuff. Hey, 2. I'll get back to you after the stream. So I might get distracted in the stream. On how much something. How many games could you play in one day? I already answered that. You should totally have a countdown to E3 live stream going when you aren't streaming. I don't know if that's something you want on your channel though. What I had thought about doing is a countdown to E3 stream that has a countdown timer, and then kind of because I can have, thing is my channel can have 2 streams going at once, right? And I have the internet to do 2 streams at once. I have multiple computers for crying out loud. I can do 2 streams at once. So my channel, because you can do a live stream and a scheduled live stream. So you can have multiple live streams at once. So I don't ever have to shut down the countdown stream. I had thought about doing that, but I don't know, man. I don't know. I'd have to do some research on how to build the proper countdown stream, and I'd run it on a completely different computer. I wouldn't run it on my main computer. We'll see. We'll see. No, I can't run it as a Premiere. It means I have to pre-make the countdown for like it has to. I literally would have to render out a video that's like 3 weeks long. Premieres are not live streams. Premieres are videos you've already made. But we'll see. It's something I can maybe do. I don't know if it's gonna do any good, but we'll see. I have to do some research on how to make those streams. On the first day of school, I came into my class with a Fresca, and my friend now calls me Fresca. Nice. Let's see here. Imagine the unimaginable happening. Retro Studios is tasked to make Super Monkey Ball, and Nintendo publishes it. Probably won't happen. Well, they don't own the rights to Super Monkey Ball. That's, I think, Sega. I'm trying to remember. I think it's Sega who has the rights to Super Monkey Ball. What about a GTA Chinatown remake in 3D? That would be sweet, but I don't think they're going to do that. You could do a countdown and have it as premiere. I already know that. What was it like going to Nintendo's booth at E3 2016? Amazing. Obviously, I'm a big Zelda guy. So, like, you go into the entrance. The entrance is like the entrance to a temple, right? So you wait in line, and then they take, like, a group of you. Like, I don't know, let's say 20 of us in at a time. And you go in a batch of 20, you enter through these temple doors, and then it closes behind you, and it's completely closed in front of you with a giant screen. And then there's, like, all this, temple-y looking stuff around you, and then there was a screen, and they played the trailer for the game on this giant big screen, like you're in a movie theater, and you got to sit down for it. And my gosh, I went through it. I played the demo like 14 times, so I went through that thing 14 times. Anyways, it's really cool, and then it just opens up, and you go in, and you're basically like in the forest of, in one of the forest areas in Breath of the Wild, and they have like statues of bokoblins, and they have like a cooking pot that actually the food would move up and down if you stepped on certain floorboards, and the floorboards were hidden, so you never knew which one it was. So like you would be kind of like walking around, and it would just kind of randomly happen. Obviously, you had the Link on his thing shooting an arrow at a guardian. And the Guardian was huge. The Guardian statue, they actually moved out to Nintendo's headquarters into a little forest walking area they have out by Nintendo's HQ in Redmond, Washington, that public can actually go out there and visit. So they kept that thing around. That's pretty cool. Yeah, it was just really cool. And then there were just like rows and rows of just Breath of the Wild, because that's the only thing they had to play at E3 is just Breath of the Wild. So just tons and tons of rows of Breath of the Wild, tons of booth babes dressed up as Link. Crazy. Like, it was just a lot of, it was really cool. And you could just like literally, you'd play the demo and you could just stay in the booth and just walk around and look at everything and take pictures. And after you beat the demo, you were given a t-shirt, which I have like 6 or 7 of them, and then a coin, which I also have like 6 or 7 of them. And then there was also a media area that was over the top, and we had a media tour, so we got to also play it another time without being in line. That took us up to the private media area, and then we got to play the demo right away without waiting in line. And then when you're done with that, what was kind of cool is when I went up there too, there was people from IGN up there, people from Kotaku. I should have tried to mingle a bit more, but we were trying to get footage of me doing a certain thing in the game. Anyways, it was really cool. It's out of the 2 E3s I've been to so far, that one I like better than last year's E3. But I didn't get to go to the Odyssey booth. I didn't go that year, so the Odyssey booth probably was pretty cool too. They're pretty cool because fans pop in and out. Sometimes the conversations even when nobody's hosting. I've noticed on videos I accidentally listed as Premiere. Once it starts, you can stop and publish it. You can delete it and re-upload it. Bayonetta is owned by Sega, though. I don't think it'll happen, though. Yeah. Bayonetta's funny. Like, the rights to the Bayonetta IP are with Sega and Platinum, and then Nintendo for 2 and now 3. It's really complicated, but Sega basically said we don't really care because we're not going to pay for it. I gotta go. Later, man. Were you the guy who uploaded a video on defeating Stone Talus? Yes, I am. Yep, I was the one that uploaded that video. I was the one playing it. I was the one that beat it. And yeah, that video blew up like 300,000, 400,000 views. One of my, actually, I think it is my biggest E3 video I've ever done in terms of viewership. That video blew the hell up. And hopefully this year we do something cool in one of the demos, and it blows up too. Who knows? Zelda's really easy because basically if it's a Zelda demo, find a big baddie in the demo, kick that baddie's ass, put it on the internet and say, oh my god, here's a video of me kicking this person's ass in this demo, and then it'll blow up. A lot of demos aren't like that at E3, so there's not a lot of like, oh my gosh, come watch me do this. Like that doesn't exist in a lot of the demos you get. Let's see here. Wish I could have played the demo just once. I must have rewatched all those different gameplay videos over a dozen times. Yeah, dude, that was a killer E3. I know I once asked about blending out for ads. I know you can't do that, but one thing I have thought about was editing the video, blending black, and then place an ad at the time. If that makes sense. Like what they do with TV. Here's the problem. every person who has ad block, the video is just going to be black for, I don't know, a second, 2 seconds, 5 seconds. There'll just be random black spots in the video. That's not going to be good. And the same would, and that won't just be people with ad block. People that have the YouTube Premium or Red or whatever, it would also have black spots for them. Like it's just no, you don't do that. I know you're trying to make it more intuitive, but you just don't do that. And that's assuming that your video even gets ads on it in the first place. You don't even know what type of ads you're gonna get. So, what's up, Graphics Don't Matter Games, dude? I did not see BitBlock's video on Luigi's Mansion 3. I haven't, so. 7 billion views. Almost the whole world watches you. Hopefully you find a shiny version of a new Pokemon for Pokemon Sword and Shield. Oh, yeah, yeah, if I found a shiny, if I got lucky and there were shinies in the demo, and I got a shiny, that would blow the hell up. For sure, that would blow the hell up. I'd be like, dude, I might be the first person to catch a shiny in Pokemon Sword and Shield. But I doubt that's going to happen. I doubt that's even possible to happen. They don't always edit out the black parts. Yeah, it is annoying when you're watching TV shows. Sometimes it even happens like on Hulu. You'll be watching like a TV show and they don't edit out the little black part that's a mark for a commercial. So like it'll like go, oh, you could tell this was a commercial break because it's just dead space for like 4 or 5 seconds. It's like, oh man, this is really annoying. What's up, David Paris? Hi, here's a question. How do you replace a chip in the motherboard when the switch is bricked? Do everyone need a tool to remove it and place a new one? If you've never done it, don't do it yourself. Send it into a place that does refurbs. Heck, if it's under warranty, send it to Nintendo. Assuming it's not under warranty, find a place that'll do refurb and do work like that, do board work. You have to desolder balls. You have to have some flux, a heat gun. You have to have the new part to replace it with. It depends on what chip it is. Some chips aren't necessarily replaceable. Like the memory chip, you can't replace the memory chips because the memory chips are hard locked to the hardware. So if you get new memory modules, it just won't work. But there are places that do board repairs. I don't know what they're going to charge you. I've done it before. I don't have all the equipment to do it, but I used to work at a place that made motherboards, and we would have to like desolder and resolder things on. So like I've done it. You can do it at home if you have a heat gun and you have flux and you have the right soldering stuff, but it's not something that I would attempt if you've never done it before, because you're just going to destroy your Switch. So, I mean, I would even argue I could try to do it for you if you have the parts, but it's I don't know that I would trust myself with somebody else's Switch to do that, unless you don't care if I destroy it, because that might be what happens. There's places you can go online that'll repair it for you too. So just look up like I need my Nintendo Switch repaired. Just type that in Google and you'll find some places that offer services to repair your Switch. But again, the price of it, I don't know. That's going to vary. You have to get a quote. And how do you know that a chip's the problem? Like, how do you know that that's even the problem? If you don't know what you're doing. Because it might not be a problem. It could be something entirely else. Could be a cable. Could be bad battery. I mean, I don't know what your issues are. So, if it's just a bad battery, you can replace the battery yourself. I can even show you how to do that. That's battery replacement's easy. Screen replacement, a little more finicky, but I mean, you can do it yourself because it all comes as one unit when you buy a new replacement screen. Other things though get a little more fishy. Like if you want to replace like the power part of the Switch, the USB-C thing, like that requires some soldering and stuff. It's not a difficult fix compared to other things, but the dock's the problem. So is the dock broken or is it the Switch? Like if you plug in a charger into the Switch wall or I'm sorry, into the switch wall. Like if you plug a charger into the wall and plug it directly into your switch charge and work normally. So the only issue is just the dock itself isn't working right. If that's the case, it's probably not worth fixing the dock. I'm just being honest with you. Just buy a new dock. It's going to be more expensive to fix it than just to buy a new dock. But if it's the port on the switch, that's different then. You're going to want to get that charge port fixed. I've taken apart an iPhone in a class in college, but never felt the need to outside. I mean, as an example, on my phone, I don't know if it's going to show on camera. Down in this corner, down here, it's completely cracked and destroyed. And because of that, my phone went from being worth like $800 to being worth $200. I could buy a screen and replace it myself, and I trust myself to do it. But damn, I mean, it's a pain in the butt to take apart phones, especially when you don't have all the right tools. It's a real pain in the butt to take them apart because they're not meant to come apart. But like I could take this to a place and have them fix the screen, but God, they charge so much money. He fixed his brick switch. He got lucky, but he knows what he's doing. Yeah, dude. Yeah. Spawnwave, he's done board repairs. He used to do system repairs. So Spawnwave has done repairs and stuff. So I've done them too, but not on video game consoles. This is when I worked at a place where I had proper equipment too. And you can get away with not having like the most ideal equipment. Like I said, a heat gun, some solder, some flux. I mean, you don't really need much more than that if you know exactly what you're doing, but it can make a mess if you screw it up. Problem with Apple is you need to be certified for a lot. Oh yeah, I know. They're trying to change the laws for the parts. They're trying to make it so right to repair is a thing so you can order the parts in. But Apple is very stickler with their parts, man. Like Samsung, they sell the parts right on their website. Like this screen, I can go on their website and buy this screen. I mean, I can use an aftermarket screen too. But I can go literally on their website and buy the screen. Just straight up buy it from them and do the fix myself. Samsung's really nice about the parts. Like you can get the camera if you break the camera. You know, the flash, you break the flash. You know, different parts of the board. Like Samsung's really cool in letting you buy individual parts. You do PC repairs and some networking? Nice. Personal question. You don't have to answer. Just curious. Do you have a date set for you and your fiance yet? Nope. The date is when I'm 85. June 12th. When I'm 85, which is 52 years from now. So, actually, nope. It would be 53 years from now, technically. So, June 12th, 2072? Something like that, if I did my math right. There's a reason behind that June 12th date too, but yeah, Spawn didn't have the right tools. He bought some eBay stuff and got lucky. Yeah. I mean, most people don't have the right tools or the ideal tools that we've used when we've done repairs. It's much easier when you work at a place that already has all the right tools for it. Trying to hodgepodge it with like stuff you buy off eBay is kind of like not ideal. But if the switch is already bricked, like his was bricked, so like the only risk to him, I mean, he long ago replaced his switch, and the only risk to him is what, it's still bricked. So it really wasn't a big risk for him. It's like, hey, look, it's either going to be a really cool video watching me fail to fix it, or a really cool video where I do resurrect it. You know, whatever. Either way, it's a cool video because he had already conceded and already had a new switch and put all his games on it. So, you know, I mean, it would have been neat to maybe get some old save data back, but I mean, by then he had already rebuilt some of his saves. So, Best Buy's Geek Squad said they are working on becoming certified for Apple products. Oh boy, that means Geek Squad is one step away from telling you that it's going to cost you $1,500 to fix every product you bring in of Apple because they replace everything. They don't do board level repairs. That's the funny thing about being Apple certified is when you're Apple certified, you're not allowed to make board level repairs. You're not allowed to just replace a component. You replace the whole board. Being Apple certified to do repairs basically means you don't do repairs. You just straight up replace the entire board. Like, oh, the water stickers are different color. That means the board is bad. It might not mean the board is bad because just basic moisture in the air turns the water stickers color. But if it is, as an Apple certified employee, you are to tell the customer you must replace the entire board for $1,200. Like, being Apple certified is a joke because they don't do board level repairs. They just don't. They just replace the whole damn thing. It's the stupidest thing. I could teach any of you guys to do what Apple does. They literally don't do repairs. It's not. I wouldn't even call it a repair job. They just take apart a computer, get new parts, and put it back together. That's what they do. They don't actually repair anything. They just charge you a crap load of money when all you needed was a 10-cent transistor replaced. But then again, we're talking about Geek Squad too, and I used to work for Geek Squad, and I'm well aware of how they work. Does a square peg go in a square hole or a round hole? Sometimes both. Think about that. Could a heat gun remove the brick? Could a heat gun can desolder? Again, you want to be careful because the heat gun could end up desoldering a lot of crap if you don't know what you're doing. And when I say heat gun, I'm not talking like a hair dryer. It's hotter than a hair dryer. You actually go to like a hardware store and buy a heat gun. I don't know if I can't remember if they're expensive or not. Cause I might be buying one eventually because I want to put a custom water cooling in my computer, and then I want to do hardline. So I gotta do the bends, and you need a heat gun to do the bends. June 12th is my birthday, and you gotta be careful with the heat gun. You can ruin the screen. God, you can ruin a lot of crap. That's why I say if you've never done repairs before, unless you're just gonna repair your Switch and don't care if it breaks, like don't do it yourself. Just if you need to do something with the Switch, don't do it. It's so easy to stupidly screw something up if you don't know what you're doing. Like kidding. Oh, to back up the WWE 2. Oh, let me go back up WWE 2K18. Yeah, I know. Do you think that is because of Tim Cook? I have no idea. Some of the MacBooks have 2 heat sinks. Some of them do. I'm telling you, Perez, look at Spawnway video in full and see what it takes. Yeah, if you go watch Spawnway's video on him fixing his brick Switch, you'll kind of see that, like, it's not something that everyday people who have no experience should be doing. You should be trained. I mean, you could self-train if you want. And an easy way to self-train is grabbing like really old electronics you have that haven't worked in forever and like trying to diagnose the problem and fix it. I'll give you an example. My Alienware laptop. It's been dead for a couple years. If I had the tools, I would take it apart one of these days and try to find what's broken on the motherboard and fix it. But I just don't have the tools or the patience anymore to do it. I used to do final inspection, which was a BITCH, where you'd have to go look under microscopes all the time for all the problems. It's a pain in the butt. Not that you need a microscope for all your repairs, but it helps having magnifying glasses and microscopes for looking at stuff on boards, because sometimes the problems aren't as easy to see with the naked eye. You love Switch. I play it so much more than my PlayStation 4, but I'm loving Spider-Man. Dude, Spider-Man's a good game. It is a good game. All right. Well, I think it's going to do it. It's getting a little late. I should probably go lay down. I think my fiance's home too. So, thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate you all. Shout out to Joel Putz for his $10 donation earlier. Shout out to Cody Shadley for his $1.99 super chat. Taylor Bone as well for the $1 super chat. Sonic Man the Best for his 20 total bits. And heck, why not shout out Matthew Watam29, who became a Twitch subscriber 2 days ago, even though I wasn't streaming. Maybe they have a free Amazon Prime subscription that threw my way. I don't know. And thank you, everyone who tuned in and watched. Hope you enjoyed the stream. Tomorrow, I will have at least 2 videos going out. There's no video today, obviously, because it's too late. But I have a video recorded. I have like 3 videos actually recorded I need to edit, but 2 of them for sure will go out tomorrow. And we'll see. Maybe there'll be some hot button news to get out as well. Yeah, stay tuned, guys. Catch you later. Peace.